It's difficult to imagine you know, what sort of, how it would be to be in your position. It must be pretty intense. As I said in my introduction, you entered Parliament for all the right reasons and none of them were particularly controversial. Now, you were at this rally on the day to express your concern for the safety of women and girls. Now, you recently revealed that this was in some ways a consequence of you actually, terrifyingly, being raped as a child. Now, can you explain in your own words what drives you to protect children?
It's just not wanting what happened to me to happen to anyone else. And I've been accused of, you know, being paranoid and that my concerns about these new laws are fringe and that nobody else agrees with me and that I don't have a right to feel this way.
When you say new laws, do you mean laws regarding transgender people?
Yeah, so just the gender identity laws. So it's basically two things have happened. They have removed concrete definitions of male and female in the law. They've done that federally in the 2013 Sex Discrimination Act, and then they've followed suit in all the states, obviously, because federal law supersedes state law. And so there's confusion around the law. As a counsellor, I spent 2 years trying to find out if there was a compromise that was possible in the law. You know, even I thought, it can't be. Surely the Labor Party, the party of women, did not actually just remove women's rights. Surely I'm just being paranoid. Perhaps I'm being, partisan. And I spent 2 years on council trying to find out if there was any compromise, any wiggle room in the law so that we could look after transgender people, in a third space perhaps. Or, toilets are quite easy. You just do single occupancy, floor to ceiling toilet cubicles. But when it comes to change rooms and other services, for example, Muslim female-only swim sessions, you have to choose one right over the other. Is it religious? Yeah. Is religion the ascendant right?
Yeah.
Freedom of religion, or is it gender identity? And nobody would give me an answer and I was just trying to find a way to cater for all people. But it seems to me that the government won't admit that that's actually not possible now. What they have done is made the law so confusing that we are at risk of being committing a crime if we even question someone.
Well, just trying to cater for all people is what good politicians do. Now, just to be clear, the making the definition of men and women ambiguous and giving transgender men or men who pretend to be women access to women's spaces, there is increasing evidence that makes women's spaces less safe. Is that your opinion?
Well, it's not even whether the people are transgender or not. It's just that, and I'm not a man hater, but there is such a thing as male pattern violence towards females. It's often sexual in nature, and so it doesn't really matter if they're transgender or not. It's not about their gender identity, but it's about. It's just about predators using the law, and the law is so open wide to exploitation. So in Victoria, even questioning why a man is in the toilet can get you in trouble. Definitely barring them entry into a toilet or a change room, that's illegal. Sporting clubs and other facilities have been advised by government bureaucracies to put up signs saying if there is a person in here, then they belong here.